The digestive system functions in the processing of nutrients. The function of the digestive system includes digestion, which is the chemical and mechanical breakdown of food, and then absorption, which is the movement of molecules from the digestive system to the blood and lymph. The tube of the digestive system has 4 layers. There's the lumen, then there is the mucosa, which is varying kinds of epithelial tissue, the submucosa, which is connective tissue, the muscularis externa, which throughout most of the digestive system consists of a layer of circular muscle and a layer of longitudinal muscle, and then the serosa. The serosa is actually the visceral peritoneum. And of course, the peritoneum has a double layer called the mesentery. This is how we manage to wrap around the tube of the digestive system. In this microscopic view, we see that the mucosa, here is the submucosa, the muscularis externa, and the serosa. The digestive system is basically a tube with some accessory organs that assist with the digestive processes. In the mouth, we have the salivary glands and the tongue, which assist with mechanical and chemical breakdown. Then we have the pharynx and the esophagus, basically tubes to get food to the stomach. The stomach acts as a holding tank. Some chemical digestion and mechanical digestion occurs here. The food is then emptied into the small intestine. The first 12 inches or so of the small intestine is the duodenum. Here is where more chemical digestion occurs and we begin the process of absorption. The next 8 feet or so is the jejunum, and then the last 10 feet or so is the ileum. Absorption occurs throughout the small intestine. The ileum hooks up with the large intestine. Here we see a close-up view of the large intestine. This is the mesentery, which helps hold the intestine in place. And right here is the ileum, the last part of the small intestine. The cecum is this blind pouch, and attached to it is the appendix. Then we have the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon. All of this is fairly anterior, so the sigmoid colon moves everything toward the back of the body, where it can attach with the rectum, the anal canal, and the external anal sphincter. Some of the accessory structures involved here are the liver and its associated gallbladder and the pancreas. The peritoneum lines the abdominal cavity and also covers the digestive organs in the abdominal cavity. Some of the peritoneum extends forward over parts of the digestive organs. This is called the omentum. Then we have the mesentery. In order for the peritoneum to cover these tubes, it has to come out from the back of the abdominal cavity, cover the tube, and then go back to its origin. This gives us the mesenteries, these double layers of peritoneum. The mesenteries act as avenues for blood vessels and nerves to get to the digestive organs. We'll start looking at the digestive system in the cat. The esophagus is behind the trachea, and it is a muscular collapsed tube. This is a cadaver section of a human. Here you see the liver and the spleen. The stomach is right there. The gallbladder is tucked on the underside of the liver, so you just see it peeking out from the underside of the liver. This fatty looking stuff is the greater omentum. And then we can see some of the small intestines here. And here we begin the colon, or the large intestine. The peritoneum is this smooth, shiny lining of the abdominal cavity. On the cat, we see the liver here just under the diaphragm. Here is the stomach. The greater omentum, notice how full of fat it is. This helps pad the organs and insulate them. The spleen is tucked under here on the left side. And here we can see the peritoneal lining, a very thin lining here. And here is the mesentery. And you can see the blood vessels in the mesentery. The first part of the small intestine is the duodenum. This will be the part directly connected to the stomach. Right next to the duodenum is going to be the pancreas. The small intestine, the middle part of it, is known as the jejunum. And then the end of the small intestine is the ileum. And you can see the ileum here being attached to the large intestine. So we know this is ileum because it's so close to the large intestine. This little blind pouch that sticks down just below where the ileum connects is known as the cecum. In humans, the appendix is attached here. Cats are either more or less advanced than we are if they don't have an appendix. Cecum again. The ascending colon in the cat is quite short. The transverse colon goes across the top, and then coming down on the left side we have the descending colon. In humans, the colon is more like an upside down U. In cats, it's more like an upside down J. The ascending colon is quite short.